What actor or actress stupidly left a movie franchise or TV series thinking they were too good for it, only to be never popular again? Several of the actors of MASH left early to make it big. None of them really did. My ex-girlfriend was on a soap but as a regular extra. They were starting to give her speaking roles. Got her SAG card, etc. Once she got her SAG, she demanded more speaking roles or she was leaving. She never got another role after that. Late to the party, but Stuart Townsend was the original casting for Aragorn in the LOTR movies. But during pre-production and rehearsals he refused to practice things like swordplay, horse riding, action choreography, etc. Always responding, "You'll get it on the day." Peter Jackson decided he couldn't work with him. Viggo is brought in literally on the first day of shooting and the rest is history. Brian Dunkelman was co-host of Season 1 of American Idol with Seacrest, and then quit. Over the years it has toggled back and forth between whether or not he would have been fired anyway. But in at least one interview he admitted to quitting and then almost becoming suicidal over it. Ja Rule was in the first Fast and Furious movie. You left Melrose Place to do a movie with Carrot Top? What is the most forgettable U.S. state? Whichever one was the first to pop into your mind is probably the wrong answer. Hold on, it's on the tip of my tongue. West Dakota. I forget about New Hampshire a lot. According to Sporkle, who runs a Name the 50 States quiz on their site, the most forgotten state is Utah. Fucking Idaho had to find a map to figure out what that finger-looking fucker was named. What's your opinion on a U.S. law allowing some regions to prevent Chinese citizens from buying real estate due to national security risks? Frankly, I don't think anyone should be able to buy property here unless they are actively living here. Forget security risk. Foreign buyers who leave the property empty 90% of the year is causing housing shortage. They already own like half of California real estate. Why limit it only to Chinese? If you're going that route, then you have to include all the other countries, which will tend to turn investors away from the USA. And other countries may retaliate by not allowing U.S. citizens to purchase homes in their countries. Why stop with the Chinese? Why not restrict all U.S. property ownership to U.S. citizens? The answer, sadly, is it doesn't matter what anyone who was born in the USA thinks about any of this. Because people with money get what they want every time. The rest of us get to wring our hands and pretend we have a say. What is a job that can't be replaced by AI? Robots. Turing test control subject. By definition. Check and mate. Sperm donor. I'd love to see a robot deal with a combative patient in the The person who helps people use the self-checkout machines. I worked at a plant for one of the biggest potato foods companies in the world. They had a conveyor belt that hash brown patties went through, and it had bunch of sensors and arms that could pick up perfect patties and put them in a box. It worked mostly, except it skipped over a ton of patties, so at the end the patties are dumped into a tote and workers have trays above the tote and pull patties onto a table and box perfectly good patties the automated machine passed on. Also, the arms sometimes missed. They'd drop the patties and miss the box. Or the boxes would get jammed. This was a very expensive machine they had made that required special technicians they couldn't afford to have on salary full-time to fix the bugs, so they just accepted it wasn't the best automation and it constantly needed cleaning or being opened to fix a problem. Another machine scanned French fries that shot through it at over 100 miles per hour and would blow any foreign material or unwanted product down a chute. The problem with that one was the sensors would be faulty sometimes, and again the technician would cost too much, so they pay temp workers min wage to stand by the French fries shooting 100 miles per hour in a frozen room to watch them instead. And then there's other agricultural jobs like one I work that only boxed asparagus for Walmart, Costco. While it could all be automated, it was cheaper to have seasonal Mexican workers do the job for 6 months who then go back to Mexico to live like kings on what they earned than it would be to automate that process. You'll see stuff like automated fast food and no employee stores fail too, as people can always ruin them or be a difficulty the AI can't comprehend or deal with. Proctologist, I hope. What do you think people born after 2010 missed out on? Privacy. The ability to be a jackass without every mistake being a social media event. Or the anticipation of buying a CD for the music as well as the artwork and photos and thank yous and all. The internet when it was young and beautiful. The best era of Cartoon Network. Windows being dramatic and saying your download would take something like 39 years, 7 months, 3 days, 4 hours, and 14 minutes to download. Then being really happy when it only took 8 hours, 47 minutes. A life in which you're not always in front of a camera. Do you guys have a comfort YouTuber? If so, who is it? Townsend's 18th Century Cooking. The ambiance soothes my anxiety. Good Times with Scar or Grian. Love seeing the builds from both. Scar especially. And shenanigans they get up to. Captain Disillusion. High quality content. Lots of thought put into production. I am surprised the guy did not find a professional gig by now and opt out the crowd-funded career. Defunctland. Started out as videos on theme park rides that aren't around anymore. Branched off into TV shows that aren't around anymore. Then did a 6-part documentary on Jim Henson. Now in the midst of a season of episodes on the life of Walt Disney and how his career led to Epcot, which has been ongoing for 3 years. All for free on his YouTube. So much humor, warmth, and you'll feel better about yourself watching his videos and probably get emotional a little. He just did an 1.5 hour long documentary on the mystery of the creator of the Disney Channel theme. https youtube.be/b_rjbwmc1iq. That might be one of the best things you'll watch. Ryan George. Best ever food review show. Sunny is his name and his show is the best. What is something many people believe but is actually not true? It's, no, I am your father, not, Luke, I am your father. That the popular thought experiment known as Schrödinger's cat was created to help explain quantum superposition when in reality it was created to discredit it. That banks just keep huge piles of money in their vaults. You're not going to be living a very luxurious life with what is actually in most bank vaults. That an undercover cop has to tell you they're a cop if you ask. That everyone else has it all figured out. And I am just all screwed up. Reality is we are all winging it. So we have to help each other and uplift each other. This journey is not a solo ride. The Great Wall of China is not visible in space. It's been debunked by NASA. https://www.nasa.gov/vision/space/great_wall.html. There is no record of Queen Marie Antoinette of France ever having said, "Let them eat cake." Alcohol does not warm you up. In fact, there's a chance it actually cools your core temp. You only lose about 7 to 10% of your heat through your head. Not 90%. http www.bmj.com/rapid-response/2011/11/02/head-cover-cold. Cracking knuckles does not lead to arthritis. Sharks cannot smell blood up to a mile away. https www.amnh.org/explore/news-blogs/education-posts/sharks-raise-myths. Subscribe, my brothers.